Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Episode 175.
Ready or not?
Welcome to the Porch Podcast. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. It's your boy DJ E, Mr. Influential, and I'm rocking with my brother, man.
Yeah, baby. P original, man. Yeah.
And this is
Selector.
episode 175. Ready or not?
Here I come. You can't hide.
Yeah, I had the wrong shit up there and everything. He's peace, so we here, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. For those who are just coming in the room, you watching this live, do us a favor. Please share this. Share this live, you know what I'm saying? And, get the word out. Get the word out.
Get the word out.
You know what I mean? So glad. Like I say each and every week, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us.
And we appreciate
And we appreciate you. Exactly.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Exactly. So, if you've been rocking with us, you know how we do E.
Yes, sir.
How you been, man? How was the flight?
What flight? What she talking
Just
about?
got back from Jamaica. I saw you, man.
Nah, that was the warm up,
I'm trying
man.
to tell y'all, man, the older he get, man, he think because he got him some curry chicken and rice and peas,
Rice and peace.
that he thinks that all of a sudden, you know what I mean, he's from Jamaica.
Now, it's crazy, though, because my Jamaican restaurant near me on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do the small meal, the turkey, the jerk chicken special.
Right.
Where you get the jerk chicken, rice and peas, and what's the name? Cabbage.
Okay.
For a good price, about $10.
Okay. At this stage,
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, at this point in life, man, it's more about go and spend the money because of the fact that stuff gonna go up anyway.
Right.
So you might as well enjoy it.
Right.
You're gonna spend it. You know what I
Right.
mean? You're gonna spend it to do it, but go and enjoy it. Life about enjoying
Sort
it.
of like a post I had just remixed on Instagram.
Okay.
I can't remember what page it was, but it was saying 3 things you should do in life.
What's that?
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It said, talking about having the control over your emotions, staying calm.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just
Right.
Never really flipping out. Then it said, number 2 was you spend $100 to go out. So what? You had $100. You had food and drinks with some friends. So what? You spent $1,000 to go on a trip.
No question.
So what?
No question.
They said because time is a gift.
Yeah.
So stop worrying about the money like that.
Yeah.
And the last thing, they was like, 3 generations from now, everybody we know will pretty much be dead, and people gonna care what they ain't even gonna care. They ain't gonna care anymore. And it's crazy because I seen another thing today. It said, 100 years from now, people gonna be living in our houses that we worked so hard to build and so hard to grow. And when we die, none of it matters. Somebody else is gonna move in here and just gonna be here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's what you just said, basically, bro. It's important about just enjoying life.
Hence the title of the show.
Yeah.
Ready or not.
Ready or not. Let's go.
You know what I mean? Ready or not. Like you said it, right? Everything that you was talking about. It really comes down to people making certain decisions, man, about whether or not they're ready or not. So you had a good week?
Had a great week, man.
Good. I had a productive one. Yeah. Once again, man, blessed to be in the position to just be able to enjoy family and life. So I have no complaints on that, man. Just celebrated, obviously, Independence Day and our father's birthday.
Just clap it up for Dops.
So once again, happy birthday,
One
Pop.
time for the birthday kid.
That's it.
2 times for the birthday did.
That's it.
I just freestyle remixed it.
Yeah. Pop, if you watching.
I got up and it's your birthday.
It's not a question of whether or not you dropped him when he was a kid, but how many times did you drop him? This is the results.
Dops ain't never dropped me, man. Don't put that on my dad.
You wouldn't know.
My dad ain't never dropped me.
I don't think, no, he didn't.
No, don't
But
do
you
that.
wouldn't know. Now, who would know?
Yeah.
I would know.
Because you're a little older.
It hasn't.
You wouldn't have let Dops drop me, man. Come on now.
Well, guys who were DDT puppies, there's all kind of things that may happen a little bit different for them, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you know what's crazy though, over this past week? It's funny because my nephews had spent the night, right?
Okay.
And
ready or not for real.
Nah, they spent the night. And I was laughing because one's 1, the other one's 5.
Absolutely.
And the 1-year-old was laying up there sitting. He was just sitting in my bed, you know, with his bottle.
Okay.
He came in.
For free?
You know.
Nah, you charge him, man. Neff, you're gonna have to come up off of some of that sippy juice, a couple crackers or something. You're not chilling for free.
Sitting there looking at me, sipping his, you know, having his bottle.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I go to sit down.
Yeah.
You look at me like, what you doing? I said, Neff, hold up, Neff. You look me up and down like you want to fight. This mine, man. What you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's kind of why I say put a price tag on.
But what I did admire the next morning,
right?
You know what I mean?
Okay.
His brother seen, as soon as his brother seen him, he sat down, gave him a hug, said, hey, man, I love you, man. I said, you know what, man? That's how we used to be when we was kids, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? I said, clap it up for that.
Absolutely.
And now look where we at, the Porch Podcast.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Well, that's great, man. You know, like I said, once again, at this point in our life, you know, spending time with family, it's the little things in the sense of just enjoying the company of each other. You know what I mean? That makes things great. Before we get too much deeper into the conversation, though, man, E, what do you have a quote of the day for me?
The quote of the day.
Okay.
If we wait, I missed the word too. Damn, I'm gonna just add it in, okay? In radio land, y'all are here. If
you freestyle all the time.
Wait until we're ready,
right?
We'll be waiting for the rest of our lives.
Come on.
Once again, if we wait until we're ready,
right?
We'll be waiting again. I mean, we'll be waiting for the rest of our lives. Author unknown. Unknown. Let's clap it up for that.
Right. So I totally agree with that situation. It's funny, like you were just talking about the Jamaican place having specials on Tuesdays. Life is special every day.
Every day.
Right? And so if we, let's just say, turned around and said, it's just going to be more economical for me to wait to Tuesday to take advantage of the sale.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine. Right? Some things in life, I do think that you need to plan it. Mm-hmm. You know, you kind of need to execute it at a specific and precise time.
Absolutely.
Then there's other aspects of life.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you wait too long,
right,
and you don't act on things, that's referred to sometimes as paralysis by analysis.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
And when you're in a situation when you analyze things so long that you literally become paralyzed.
Right.
Whether it's a situation of certainty, fear, insecurities, lack of confidence, whatever the situation is, for some reason you go and get all the information, you understand what you need to do. When it's time to execute, you don't move.
Right.
Once again, the name of this episode, number 175, is Ready or Not.
Here I come.
That's right.
You can't hide.
That's right. So, one comes down to that basic fundamental question.
That's it.
Right? Because once we discover that we have the capabilities, the only thing left to ask yourself is whether you're ready or not.
Yeah.
And what justifies the decision to make you ready? What justifies that? Is it an ability to no longer be fretful? Or is it all of a sudden the confidence from other people telling you should do that? You can do that. You're more than capable of doing that.
You're basically asking the question, when does the paradigm shift happen?
Well, I'm just saying in general, it's not even so much a question, it's more of a statement. But yes, whatever you need for it to be enough for you to activate it, what does that look like?
As they call paradigm shifts, aha moments.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Aha,
okay.
Like, uh-oh. Like last week when you uh-oh'd yourself, right?
Right.
Nah, that's seriously. No, for real.
Yeah.
For real. Listen, we're going to laugh at it, but yeah. But what is everything else? When, why? What was the motivating factor at the time? You just said some good things. Was it other people? Was it things that they but
confidence? You finally get over a fear, whatever's holding you back. Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is the answer is ready.
Right.
See, you was ready as soon as you thought about the idea.
Absolutely.
That's the thing.
Absolutely.
But you, like you said, how you say it? How you say it? By analysis? What you say?
Paralysis by analysis.
Yeah, paralysis by analysis. Yes. I ain't want to mess that up, man, because that would have been fucked up. Because that was good when you said it.
Yeah, I mean, often we come across things that, excite us, and then if we're not active enough in that situation, we spend too much time with it. We can talk ourselves right out of it.
When did you face the fact that you was ready to get over your addiction?
Well, you got to know about one. You got to know about it.
So you're admitting that you had one?
No. No,
Yeah,
no. I didn't even have that. You know, whatever that world is. See what I've discovered about people too. People live outside of their own mind, and so what happens is a lot of times they'll ask you a question like, "How did you get over your addiction?"
Yeah.
And really, what it is they're looking for a way to get over their addiction. So they're asking me, but I never experienced.
I never said what you was addicted
No,
to.
yeah, and
I know what it is, and I'm talking about
Yeah.
that. What do we say? Goodness is the killer of
greatness.
Yeah, so
exactly.
So
yeah,
next thing you know,
yeah.
I was really saying your addiction.
Yeah.
Of
I
goodness,
mean, that's fine.
Of goodness, because bro, you ain't never been doing bad.
I ain't get over that.
No, you did. You did.
My
addiction of being good, because it wasn't bad.
Oh, you saying addiction of being good?
Good. No, because what's one of your slogans? Tap into your
greatness. Yeah.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
No, it's a legitimate
But if you
question.
thought I was talking about blow, go ahead and just answer the question.
I
That's
mean,
all.
I mean, no, I wouldn't insinuate that. You know what I mean? Truth be told, man.
I know you won't, man.
Truth be told, you know, camera's off, I talk to you. Yeah. That's different. So what I'm going to say is this, though, man. A lot of these things that we're talking about, though, are head scratchers.
Yeah.
Because of the fact, like you said, you know, you identify with your abilities to be able to do things, and you still hold back and don't move forward.
Right.
The world is
filled with pimps and hoes.
Yeah. Let's just talk about those we know.
That's it.
You
Clap
know what I mean?
it up.
So it's a lot going on in the world, and you know, like Grandma used to say all the time, you know what I mean. We're gonna talk a little worldly, and we're gonna talk about some things that I just think rob us from our greatness, and it could be avoided.
Well, truth of the matter is this, and there's some real stuff I'm saying. When a person becomes ready, is when they decide to walk that path. Mm-hmm. See, when they make the statement, you know, it's my preaching time now. I'm gonna preach a little bit. Follow the path that God has laid for you. Right. That's you tapping into your greatness, right, and walking towards purpose.
Right.
Now, people don't understand the definition of church. Church is just people gathering. That's really what it is.
Right.
So they start to think that they have to go to a physical church, and I'm not knocking anybody to do it. I've done it. I do it time to time. But what I'm saying is, if you take yourself and actually start to put yourself around, what you're trying to do,
absolutely,
your mind will start to become. First of all, I always say you become a product of your environment.
Right.
No object is exempt. If you leave a bottle of water in the car, like Pastor Dave said, and it's 2 degrees outside, when you come out, it's gonna be frozen.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
If you leave it out there right now, with it being 102, it's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
And that's not even a human being.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's just water. So we all become a product of our environment. So what you have to do is change your environment, and it'll help scope change your mind, and then make you ready or not, because time waits on nobody. I was just watching, shout out, this is one of my favorite podcasts as well, 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, right? Which is Carmelo and and what's his name? Deuces.
Yep.
What's his name, right? So I was watching the episode, I don't know how old it is, but the one with Common on it. And they was talking to Common about certain things, and they asked him a question like, what was that thing, that moment that it changed? And he said he came to New York just to network. Mm-hmm. And then he realized that he needed to be here. It wasn't like he wasn't doing what he was doing in Chicago, but he started, that's when he said, I started talking to people like Nas and Fat Joe and all these people. Like, he realized, like, over here, they was getting it done. Not saying he wasn't getting it, but it was just putting them more into that element. You know what I mean? And he asked a dope question, I thought, to Carmelo. He said to Melo, he said Kanye used to often state that he was LeBron and Jay was Mike.
Okay.
Right? He said, so as a basketball player, who would you compare yourself to as a rapper? Like your style of game. If Ye is saying he's LeBron and you see what I'm saying, and Jay is Mike. So he said, they asked Melo, he was like, yo, that's a dope question. But Melo said it's like a little mixture of two. He said Nas and Kiss. And Deuce was like, yo, I was really thinking Kiss. Like, you get what I'm saying? And I get where they going with it, is because when you really look at a person like Kiss is always in that conversation of just one of the dopest MCs, top 5 that are alive. But you know, when they talk the GOATs, he come up in that GOAT talk now after the the verses. Yeah. Right. But, it was always Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas, Tupac, all that type of stuff.
Absolutely.
But when you think about basketball, they don't talk about Melo like they should because he never won.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But you got Melo on your team. That's a bucket. You already know that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But the thing is about what I'm saying all this is to say is when you decide to become who you want to be or who you're supposed to be in purpose,
I got you,
and be happy with what you come out with, that's when you realize that you're kind of like really ready. But what clicks that switch? Just stop being. This is just enough for me. Just being here. Mm-hmm. It should be something to motivate you. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could be something new. It could be something that finally, like you said, caught your attention. But right. I think that a lot of what it comes down to, like you said earlier, bro, in terms of environment, we become products of our environment.
Right.
Whether we're ready or not.
Yes.
so
right.
So it's like one of those
That's
things
exactly where I was going with it.
Yeah, and I feel that, and I agree with that 1,000%. That you get to a certain point where you start to say to yourself, if I'm going to be here, I guess the thought and theory is I have to be here a certain way.
Right.
But if I want to be something else, then I may not be able to be here.
Right.
Like, I guess whenever that moment, like you're basically saying, lands on you, and in that way you can make the assessment appropriately. Like, for instance, if you are not around people who are driven or passionate to be successful,
right,
chances are you won't see it. And if you don't see it, then you start questioning whether or not it exists.
Right.
So you got to go where it's heavy in existence. You know what I'm saying? So if that's not there, then all of a sudden you realize, okay, I was ready all the time. I just wasn't in a place to be able to activate.
That's why actors go to L.A. and Hollywood.
People go everywhere that they go, period.
Right. That's why a lot of people who wanted to be in certain industries went to where, bottom line, wherever industry it is, they went to where it was thriving.
Wherever in life, period.
Yeah.
You used an example of church.
Like
church earlier. Sometimes people look for certain things and they find it in different environments. Like you said, the definition or the concept of church is where people gather.
Yeah.
So once again, I just think that a lot of it is, a lot of it comes down to us releasing things.
Right.
Right. So when once you identify with yourself being super dope, it comes down to you whether or not you're ready to release the things that you have to release,
right,
to fully commit to whatever that dopeness is.
Right.
Right? And so it's like the concept some people say, it's hard to survive with 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Right.
This is where the question about being ready or not comes into play.
Yeah.
Because when you're ready, you're not 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You're all the way in.
Right.
If you're not, you're kind of straddling the fence, or you're, not actively moving towards the thing that you claim that you want.
Right.
So it's just one of those things. A lot going on in the world, like we talk about all the time, bruh. Some of the things that we see that's a little bit questionable. We don't do a whole lot of political conversations on this show because of the fact that you got CNN, you got other places that you can go and get that stuff from.
Right.
But one thing that I can say that I believe that me and E have had conversations about that we totally agree with is you got to know who you can immediately identify and immediately get responses and reactions in terms of local government, as opposed to just looking at the the presidential situation, not to shy away from it or look away from it.
Right. But
the reality of it is a lot of people are spoon-fed to the degree that if you tell them enough things about something, or if it's enough people that look like them and they're, all on one accord with being against something or for something or whatever, they can never kind of move forward in anything because of the fact that they're always consistently just gravitating to whatever the end thing is. Mm-hmm. Right? So we got a lot going on in the political things, bro. Obviously just had the debates not too long ago. But we also have a situation where there's something that we've seen earlier. I don't know if it's, I'm not saying it's not factual, but it could be, and it's a concept of something that could possibly come in the future. Like I said, once again, I'm not going to glorify or I'm not going to super promote that because that ain't what we do on this.
Right.
But in the same token, me and E came to a real life conclusion, y'all, which is kind of what tipped me to think about the concept being ready or not. Regardless of whoever operates in these offices and in these positions and in these places, you got to be ready or not for whoever goes in there.
Right.
You got to be ready or not for whatever life is going to have for you.
Because it's going to happen anyway.
Because it's going to happen anyway, right? And it's always going to be somebody that you like a little better than somebody else. But the reality of it is your purpose and the things that you have to be accountable for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Protecting your family.
Yeah.
Putting yourself in position to be able to feed your family, clothe them, all those things. It doesn't matter who's in those positions. Now, yeah, granted, it could be some tough times for certain people in certain situations. I'll leave that to whoever you think that applies to.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you have to be ready regardless of any of those things.
You have to stay more focused on the law itself,
right?
Other than the agenda of whoever's going in the office.
Absolutely.
Right. Even though it's this agenda, I'm just going to say that they have for Project, what is it called? Project 2025 for Trump. That's real nasty work right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we ain't, like we said, we ain't gonna stay on politics, but what we're trying to tell you is to tap into your greatness, live your life, and understand what's important already to you. Because even though we live in this country, you got to pay attention to what Miss So and So might be doing right there next door to your house.
Come on, man.
You know what I mean?
Come on, man.
Because you don't want it to be a Tejada situation, and then Tasha coming by shooting up the house in the car because I might just wanted to put my trash can out.
What about Duda?
Yeah, then Duda's gone.
But I mean, at one point, he was
the mayor.
Oh, okay, all right. I thought at least on my TV that's what was happening. I didn't know if maybe I got the remix of Shy or something. Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's actually what can happen. But what they were showing you in those shows and stuff like that, because we talk about them all the time, was he was known to be exactly what he was.
Exactly.
And yet still occupied the office that could control those things.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? So I think that's where that's at. Like I said, you got enough outlets with it, CNN and all that. Me and E just had a brief conversation about it.
Yeah.
Do your due diligence, know what you need to know, and insulate and educate your family.
I'm gonna tell you to vote.
Definitely do that. Operate in the right that you have.
Vote every year.
Yeah.
Don't just vote during your president. Vote for your local government.
Pay attention to all these elections.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pay attention to all of them.
Yeah.
A lot going on, E. I want to, kind of switch games.
Switch games.
I like the game.
Yeah.
I like the show, too.
Yeah.
Maybe what I need to be doing before we go there, maybe I need to be informing the people.
Right.
That if you're, since we were talking about things dealing with whether or not you're ready.
Yeah.
Well, we happen to know a company that can get you ready for whatever your event that you're throwing, whether you're getting married or, you got a graduation party or anniversary coming up. Hey, E, I ain't going to keep letting, holding the people up. Let the people listen, whether it's your first or your 50th birthday, that 25 years of service, if not more, retirement party, or the day that you and the love of your life share vows to become one. Let Front and Center Events take care of all of your event planning needs. Sit back, put your feet up, and enjoy the show, where they truly keep you at the front and center of it all. That's www.fncevents.com. Head on over there today and get that party booked. Back to the show. Front and Center Event for all of your event planning needs. Listen, y'all. I've said it before and I say it again. Talented, rich people do not need to be in the same, conversations about foolish things. I know people are human. I know things happen. I know we live in an unpredictable world. But the foolishness got to stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rick Ross is in Canada, eh?
Right.
Went to Canada.
Yes. Vancouver, to be exact.
Vancouver, to be exact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Looked up and noticed that, I read, that he got there. While he was there, he performed. I forget the name of the venue. He performed, and at the end of it, when he was wrapping everything up, his DJ, dropped Not Like Us.
Right.
So the fans were upset, if I'm understanding this correctly. Fans were upset. In the process of that situation, some words were exchanged, and from what I hear, one of his security people was wound up being pretty much, jumped by a lot of different people.
Right.
I'm not going to ever understand where I'm going to spend my money to come to a show. I know what the climate is.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you're a fan, then you know the backstories about their issues and their situations. Knowing the people that's involved, come there, they drop a record, a hot record.
Yeah.
A hot record. And then put my hands on the security because I'm upset of a song.
Right.
That was being played. My question to you, bro, where are we at right now in the world where it's that deep?
Well, it's always been that deep in hip hop.
Okay.
Certain areas, you wasn't supposed to play certain records and do certain things. If it was somebody dissing, basically your hometown hero.
Absolutely.
GOAT,
Absolutely.
Things of that nature.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I remember
yeah.
the game spoke on the rapper The Game spoke on that before. And he was like, when DJs want to sit here and be playing all these different battle beef records between people, the next thing you know, that's how you get records broke off and pause. They'll put in your ass and off like that. At the end, DJ get beat up.
Yeah.
And even on the Joe Budden podcast,
coming from a DJ.
I wouldn't want to play that, right? I remember we had a situation one night back in the day at Conduit. And they wanted me to play a certain record, and I'm just like, the climate in here ain't gonna be it, because I see where you going with it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it didn't end well.
Next thing you know, I did it. Next thing you know, it's blood all over the goddamn dance floor. You know what I mean? Like, it's not funny, but it's funny.
So I was gonna make a point, y'all, about the situation where the DJ could have probably used a little better judgment, right?
Right.
At the end of the day, I understand where you're going with it. But in that night,
yeah,
there was a moment where you debated whether to play this because you saw that the climate was.
I super debated.
What was the thing that made you go over the edge and say?
Hey, I said, oh, you know what? You was there.
I was there.
I said,
I don't know what was in your mind, but I was
there. Okay. Here we go. Dropped it. Next thing you know,
other things getting dropped.
Yep. I mean,
that was horrible. That was horrible.
And that's over 15 years ago.
Yeah, I was there. That was quite some time. It was one of them $2 Tuesdays, man.
It was a crazy situation.
Yeah.
Hey, Michi.
What's going on? Avoidable, right?
But in this case,
right?
I don't know if it was Rick Ross's actual road travel DJ. It's not a guarantee.
Which makes it worse,
right? Because what I was going to basically say is, I'm not sure. If it was. If it was,
well, what up, Rel? Peace.
If it was Rel, Victor Boat. Like, if I was, I still would have said, bro, let's not do this, because we not in the right territory for that. I see the point you trying to prove, but this ain't it, right?
Yeah.
And if it's a DJ that actually locally, I definitely wouldn't have did it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's why I'm thinking it's more so like it was somebody that's always waiting, the DJ.
Yeah.
But it's funny because what I seen in a different like little some content on YouTube.
Okay.
Guy explained that Tony Yayo had just said it, and I wanted to watch it. He just did a recent interview with Vlad.
Okay.
And he was saying, in this situation, because you could tell, like, he know about records and beef and all that.
Mm-hmm.
He said, who you really got to pay attention to is the fans.
Mm-hmm.
He says, them be the ones that really try to get at you.
Yeah.
People that's a part of another person's clique and all that. Nah, they not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's the fans.
Yeah.
Because the fans is the ones who really take it serious. Then I also seen that the guy that they said actually was swinging the punches, if I'm not mistaken, was a Hell's Angel.
Right. Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
We all know in the bike world how much weight they hold and all that.
Yeah.
But it's also videos that people don't think about, that I've heard about, that Drake was secretly a member of the Hell's Angels.
Okay.
I don't know how true that is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that just wasn't the time to do that. And I don't understand why Rick really wanted to do it. It was just him being, I'm gonna just do what I want type shit, because of the simple fact, what is it really proving? It's not really recorded.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a concert.
Yeah.
It's not your record.
It's not even your record.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's not even your record.
It's not even your record.
Like, no one's expecting it that night.
So if he would have did his own record, which he might have done, I don't even know.
So it was at the end, from what I understand.
When he was walking off.
And him, It was some other people.
Yeah.
Maybe I think 2 security guards and some other people. Not a very big entourage of people at all.
Right.
And my thing is this. I don't know if you've seen Uncle Luke's interview. Not even an interview. He had did like a little video, put it out. And he was just saying how, like, he's like Mr. Ross, you know what I mean, Mr. Drake, you know what I mean? I've seen how this ends. It doesn't end well.
Right.
Because he was talking about how he spoke to Big.
Right.
And how he spoke to Pac.
Yeah.
Because you talking about Uncle Luke.
Right. That's
so you know what I mean? With that being understood, absolutely, because wrong song at the wrong time. With that being understood, you got a situation where you put yourself in harm's way for what?
Right.
Once again, kind of what we were talking about before, bro, when we kind of covered the situation dealing with Chris Brown and who was he, with Quavo?
Yeah.
And when we was talking about the situation, even with Drake and Kendrick.
Yeah.
And I said to you,
what's the point? Because what it could turn to.
Right. The potential.
Right.
And we have a blueprint, right? We have an example.
Right.
That wasn't that many years. It was years ago, but it wasn't that many years ago to where most of the people who we're talking about
almost
wouldn't remember those people.
Yeah, because it's almost 30 years ago.
Right.
But the thing is, at the same time, it's because, again, bro, like we were saying, it's emotions. It's like they really don't like each other. But that don't mean you do it. I agree with you.
Yeah, but
it's nothing to gain and win unless you're gonna keep it all hip hop.
No, but see, my thing has always been this. Like, you know how they say you never miss the water till the well run dry. You in prison and you ain't making records no more because of the fact that you need to prove. I'm not quite sure what you would be proving. Right. But that you gonna respond or you gonna stand on business. How they say, terminology.
Right.
And now you lose it all. We have to, because once again, the name of the show being Ready or Not.
Right.
If you're going to live in those worlds, right? Mm-hmm. And if you're going to be a part of, that industry,
right?
It can never be a question for you whether you're ready or not.
What's up, cuz? What's up, JB?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Peace, cuz. Yeah, it can never be that. It can never be a situation whether or not you're ready or not, because the expectation from your fans,
right,
is that you stay ready to keep from getting ready. Right? Now here it is.
You would slightly transform.
Right. You would assume that the fact that the DJ played what he played, that person would be insulated enough to say, whatever the repercussions of this situation is, I'm ready for that. Right?
It sounds familiar, right? What happened with me 15 years
ago? We talking about the situation, right? You would think, but you know what I mean? I'm just actually, using it on a larger scale because we're talking about First off, like Cuz said, you're in Vancouver.
Yeah, wrong song at the wrong time.
And what I'm saying is if you've been around long enough to understand what could possibly transpire in those situations, you think that because you are who you are, that you can go where you go and you can't, and it's going to go the way you want it to go.
Right.
Once again, the emotional side of the situation showed up. Tony Ayo said what he said.
Right.
But we watched the whole coast beef when we were younger because of the fact that they got behind the artists that they supported.
If you even sit back and think about when the situation was going on between The Game and 50, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a shootout outside of Hot 97.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So my question is to you, though.
Yeah.
If they did that to Rick Ross for playing Not Like Us,
right?
Kendrick probably can't even go there to perform any motherfucking thing.
So if he did go,
because
if he did go, it would not make sense.
It would, right?
It would make as much sense as it did when Big went out west,
right?
It didn't make sense,
right?
And so it's not even so much I'm proving something to somebody. No, it just logically doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
And so like Michi saying, you know what I mean, corny business, wealthy man behaving so foolishness.
Yeah.
Knowing mental health is mad real. And so that's where we are, right? Because we're in a situation where in the world right now, we have a society that's always on the edge.
Right.
Like you don't even need much for it to be something that could be considered beef, right?
Right.
Yet you have a person who has nothing to do with anything that's going on between Drake and Kendrick.
Yeah, they had one little moment and that was it.
Whatever the situation, but like you said, bro, he didn't even
count.
No, not even that. He didn't even play his own music.
That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is you nan and nan with somebody else's situation. And once again, so my thing is you blatantly did what you did to get
D.
What's going on? What's going on, D? You blatantly did what you did to get a reaction. Guess what? You got a reaction.
Yeah.
And now this is what I'm saying.
Now you didn't think the reaction was gonna go that far.
Right.
So you had to, but truthfully, when you did it, you had to be ready or not.
Yeah.
Like they said when Big did Who Shot You, he was just like, obviously, if he really said that speech the way he did, or said the words before what he said when they were saying don't do the record, he was like, I hadn't read this song months ago, but sometimes you just gotta step into I don't give a fuck. And he dropped the record, Who Shot You?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the crowd actually reacted to it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because at that time, hip hop was so competitive. That's what they wanted to see.
Yeah.
They didn't care about Big coming over there doing One More Chance.
Right.
They wanted him to come over. I didn't want to hear that too, but they wanted him to come over there and do Who Shot You.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I agree.
at the same time, also them in the industry and the fans didn't act this way because even real hip hop connoisseurs understood that it wasn't a East Coast, West Coast thing because Pac was running with the Outlaws and Naughty by Nature rocked with them as well.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's just like now. Let's just use Drake and Kendrick. You don't see Weezy beefing with nobody because they ain't got nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's what people will assume just because people mess with somebody on a business level and a thing of that nature, that it would be that way. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's the same thing when they had Young Money. Tiger used to be beefing with Drake all the time because he was mad at his relationship with Chris Brown. Yeah. And him and Breezy was beefing over Rihanna. It's just so much stupid shit.
I think
you know
I missed a lot. Absolutely. I think I missed a lot of those things just generally because I don't believe that men need to argue or beef publicly. See, I believe that if you really have an issue with somebody, you should be able to confront them. It ain't about being gangster, none of that stuff. It should be like, once again, because whatever it is, you know what I mean, at the end of the day, whether the apology or the understanding comes publicly or behind closed doors, the objective is to, at least if it's real beef.
Right.
Like you said, bruh, some of these people we talking about, like Kendrick and Drake, they really didn't like each other.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is there was no way that they can make music that would not publicly put that on display and actually energize. Look at what the potential of situations is now.
Yeah, but I think they just dislike each other mainly because of music. Because if they ain't know each other.
But what I'm saying, like for instance, for me, if I was one of those two gentlemen, I would never be making diss songs because I'd be, no, I don't do this, cuz.
Yeah.
I don't do this.
No, it's like J. Cole.
You know what I mean? Exactly. And really at the end of the day, it's not gonna settle nothing.
Yeah.
Right? It ain't about being gay, but like it's not gonna settle. Like if I really was one of those guys and I really had an issue for you, me consistently saying things about you, that's more of an insecurity on my part, right? But my thing is at the end of the day, what do you do now where like, bro, like whether Drake went out to the West Coast right now and did anything, you got somebody that's looking at some of these guys like trophies just for showing up in certain places.
Right.
Like you said, right now, could Kendrick go to Vancouver?
I don't even know.
You know what I mean? Could he go to Toronto?
If Ross played a song.
Well, what I'm saying is it's too late because right now what I'm saying is the energy is what it is.
Yeah, we don't even know.
And because the energy the same way it falls on certain people, and you got people who know how to keep it music, like the Locks you said, like we were saying before about with Locks, the Locks and Beans.
Yeah, state property.
State property and the Locks. Mm-hmm. It really had the potential because that's really who they are. And I'm not taking nothing from none of them other guys, but you had some of them guys that was there. It's like, I'm not going to rap, man.
Right.
So it's like, so it's just one of those things. My thing is, once again, are you ready or not for when it happens?
So now
are you ready for that?
The thing is in hip hop though, and I'm not, if it stays on, that's why Versus was such a success. If it stays all about music, which it can, it really can. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Then it's good. But it's funny. What's crazy about it is we talking about ready or not.
Right.
Kendrick been ready. Even when people didn't know, he was.
Right.
And it's funny because he's so calculated, bro, that look what he did. I just realized They saying so many different things because he used the white and black thing inside of it, right? So like, I don't know if you've seen it, but when they say A minor, it's a key. It's the pedophile type situation, and also A minor has no black keys in it, right? When you play it on the piano.
Two of them things, you would have to really be into music,
right? No,
but the main one,
right?
You know exactly what he was doing.
But I'm addressing it because
as you should.
It floats around, so it's an audience for it.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I say that even if you pay attention and strategically how he did what he did, because all right, everybody else that was beefing. If you listen to Rick Ross's song, you know what I mean. Future and Rick Ross touched on it one time. Future said what he said on like that, like you really, in so many words, like you're not really like how you are.
Right.
That's what he basically was saying.
Right.
I'm gonna address this. It hurts me. Technically, it hurts me that I did this. I done did albums with this dude. This supposed to be my brother, but I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm done. I'm off him, right? Kendrick was the one always wanted to smoke, right? Then Rick Ross, he just kept saying white boy this, white boy that, talking this and that. That's what all it was. He tried to make it all about race. Kendrick did it too, but he did it so much in an entertaining way. And what I mean by that, not just saying the Black Keys, right? But he did the Pop Out concert on Juneteenth. He dropped the video on July 4th. Right? So you look at that right there. That itself is calculated, right?
Very much so.
Right?
Very much so.
Then the time he dropped it, it was during a party, an all-white party that somebody in, I can't think of who it was big in. Bro, he did basically 1 million views in like an hour, I think. You see what I'm saying? They were saying. But what's so funny is if you pay attention to everything after somebody's breaking down the video, he addressed everything in the video. He started talking about how him and Whitney ain't really together, and I already told you how they was dancing in the thing. He kept saying how Dave Free was supposedly smashing Whitney, right? Mm-hmm. Dave Free was the other director of the video. Like, that alone.
Yeah.
No, all this, I'm just telling you, I'm breaking it down for you.
I ain't saying that.
Yeah, I'm breaking it down for you because
I was unaware.
I know you really don't pay. Then,
I was unaware.
In the song Push-Ups, he told him to drop and give him 50. Like, because he's trying to talk about 50% with TDE. In the push-up, Kendrick is on cinder blocks doing 50 push-ups. Like, this light work, young man. He was ready for everything, bruh. The man he hopscotch straight down. Like, the shit he was doing, it's like, I'm not just doing the song, right? I'm really not just doing this song. Yeah. Then he takes the stick, breaks the owl open, staring at the owl behind the bars like, bitch, I got you locked in. Like, because, that's the OVO symbol. Bro, that's why Drake is so quiet. Like, it's like, it's like, wait a minute.
No question.
Wait a minute. This dude is just way too, he's weird, but in a good way.
Yeah. I mean.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I know exactly what you mean. I mean, it makes sense. You're right, too, Michi. What you're saying in terms of the situation about keeping the money. I mean, keeping that money for yourself, like you said, dealing with tickets and trying to have to go and run.
Right.
Like you said, you know what I mean? You out there, your son,
right.
Your loved ones, you out there, y'all trying to have a good time and enjoy a concert, but you got to wonder whether or not if a DJ drop a song,
right,
if all of a sudden you're going to be in harm's way and in danger.
And speaking on that, too, it's like me with concerts. Like, I ain't been at them as much as I used to back in the day. Mm-hmm. But it's only certain concerts left now that I would want to see. Like, for example, the Wu has this year, I think they have a residency in Vegas. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind seeing that. You know what I mean? When Jay-Z and not Jay-Z. Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Okay.
When they had their tours, the On the Run Tour 1, On the Run 2.
Yep.
I would have loved to see that. Didn't see those. You know what I mean? But I would have loved to see that.
Yeah.
But like, I don't need to see Drake or Kendrick Lamar perform right now. You know what I mean? Now, if I lived in LA, I would have been at that pop out concert because it was just a cultural night for them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, I'm just agreeing with Michi. You know what I mean?
No, I'm saying the same thing. I'm at a place in the space the same way. Like, you have to look at what's entertainment, right? And what to me is an unnecessary thing because it has no productive, value to the situation.
Right.
Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, if you're young and up and coming as an entertainer, that it's cool for you to go out there and pick beef with certain people because you're trying to get established. But the people that we've been talking about recently in these last few months have been people who have had, in my opinion, pretty successful careers.
Right.
And so one has to ask the question, like, for instance, Drake got a whole catalog of different things, and Kendrick Lamar, has a whole catalog of different things. But right now, if you went to a concert, I'm be honest with you, the song is so hot, it's not even the artist. You don't know if the DJ's going to do it.
Right.
And so now...
Oh,
you see what I'm saying? Because they're not artists, and they're going to play what's hot. That's what they do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't come down to whether or not, like you're saying, whether or not you're ready or not to run if it's necessary. Ready or not, to, activate anything that you need to activate in order to survive.
Absolutely.
And it's just a real world, like all these things that we're covering comes down to whether you're ready or not, but it's sad.
Right.
Because we're not in the situation to control, obviously, some of the things that these people are doing. So one is only left with that one question. Am I ready or not really to go out with the potential of what could potentially happen tonight? Mm-hmm. Am I really ready for that? Nah, I ain't ready for that. And even if I'm moving and I feel like I can survive anything and get out of any situation, I'm not beat for that tonight.
Right.
And it's just one of those things. So I just think that that's the question, man. And it shouldn't be, especially at this stage and age with some of these people that we talk about in their careers.
Right.
Whether or not we're ready or not to go there and potentially get hurt.
Right.
Spending your hard-earned money and you go there and now you can't, you got to watch it. As soon as you hear bum, 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 where the exit at?
When,
yeah. As soon as you hear something talking about something. No. As soon as you hear, I see that.
Yeah.
You like, whoa.
Yeah. The only reason a DJ should be playing that part is if he's part of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, on that. But, you don't start on that part.
That's what I'm saying. Who would have thought a whisper could be so loud? I see dead people.
Kendrick Lamar. That's right. Because he started off the song, I see dead people, because he's basically telling you, I'm about to kill you with this, bro. Yeah. It's over.
Regardless, but you don't know what triggers anything.
Yeah.
What I'm saying at this point right now, y'all know, if y'all put that on anything right now, you can walk in the mall. They don't play music. I don't think they're loud in the mall. But you could be in the mall. I see dead people.
Yep. Wow, wow.
You
Mother don't have it.
You might have to leave Foot Locker. You don't know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You went in there for some sneakers. You know what I mean? Now you went in there for some Air Forces. Now you just getting aired.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, but now listen, just switch your gears a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was you ready for the Power mid-season finale? So let me make this shit clear. First of all, I was confused because I thought they said it was going to be 20 episodes. It's only 10. It's 5 and 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruh, I thought my math was crazy. I said, I missed the whole 5 episodes.
Right.
Because me and E, because I think that E, even though he lie a lot, like,
that would be lying.
Not a lot.
Come on, man. What type of
what you
bullshit
consider a lot?
No, I play a lot. I don't lie.
I can confuse it too.
Yeah, I play all the time. It's a joke.
Now that's honest.
Lying would be staying and living the lie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
People sit there, I blow. I don't mess with blow. And then you see around the corner.
Got to circle around.
Mustard in the beat, yo.
Circle around.
You know what I mean?
No matter what. It went from what we was talking about, lying, blow. That's him right there. You know what I mean? Anyway. He said 10 episodes. I'm locking in for 10.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Got 5. I thought something was wrong.
You're right.
I was like, I paid the whole cable bill and got half the season.
But it started making sense.
Okay.
Because I did watch a couple Michael Rainey Jr. interviews. And they didn't know it was the last season until it was over.
Yeah.
So they would have knew something was up if they recorded 20.
Mm-hmm.
Because no season has ever had 20. It's only been 10 or 12 at the most. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
you get it off in the final, though.
Yeah, but no, listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Understand what I'm saying? They didn't know it was the last season until this whole season was recorded already.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
if they would have did more episodes, he been there long enough to say, why are we doing more episodes? What's up? This is it? They would have known that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
No, you're right. You're right. I mean, once again, I think that the series has been great. I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? You got 5 that's down. You got 5 to go.
Michi said,
what's up?
Noma busting down everybody. Yeah. Or is they busting down her? It's this what it is.
Yeah, no, it's going down.
Listen, that whole family done turned loose.
Yeah.
Daughter sitting there doing all crazy stuff.
Turned loose.
Yeah. Turn them loose.
Yeah.
Turn them loose.
Yeah.
Noma definitely living free.
I mean, you know, she got Kane and now Meth.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just loose.
Yeah, Bobby Brown and Method Man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, must have on that beat, ho.
Yeah. For nothing. Yeah, Noma's just, you know, I mean, she running around like a boss.
Noma ain't no more good. That's what it is.
And she doing the same things that a male boss would do.
Noma ain't no more good.
She's just getting it all. It's just going to be looked at differently because of just how the stereotype worked, you know. If he was a male and he was knocking down, you know, 2 females, you know, it'd be different, you know. It is what it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? It is what it is. I think the series is going to come to I mean, this half of it has been great, though.
I'm going to say this to you, though.
What's that?
Jason Weaver made it. Because I just knew.
I told you.
Yeah.
I thought he was out of it.
However, though.
Get your hands off my.
He may not be safe.
He's not safe. No, he's not safe.
Now, Nook probably going to get him. Because he rolled with what's the name? That's her security. Mm-hmm. She gonna expect him to be all gun-ho.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they killed Rob. You know what I mean? So, you know.
Which was kind of, like, I'm not saying you needed this super dramatic exit for him.
Right.
But it seemed like, you know what I mean, one of those quick write him outs.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Once again,
he might have asked for that, though.
He may have.
Because you see all the shit he got to give Tiana Taylor?
Nah.
Crazy.
Because
they divorced? Whoa.
Crazy.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
Whether he ready or not.
That's it. Hey, bro, he got to pay for the kids' whole school tuition. Still pay they got to pay $8,000 a month for child support or some shit.
Yeah.
He got to give her the car.
Yeah.
She keep the house.
Let me tell you something.
So he probably hey, just write me out the show, bitch. I don't need to get this check. Pay me under the table.
When it comes to taking care of your responsibilities, I always look at it from the same perspective. You knew what you was getting into when you got into it.
Right.
I ain't saying your relationships. I said your responsibilities.
You know what'll make people get better?
What?
If they brung Make It or Break It back. Remember Make It or Break It used to be on Power 99? It's Make It or Break It. Yeah. It's Make It. Remember that? It used to be on there?
I do.
Yeah, right?
I do. I don't feel no way.
For some reason, I thought it was a dude driving a van singing that shit in my head. Like, that's just what I seen. I don't know why.
Because you wanted a van.
No, we was in a van.
Yeah, you wanted.
The opposite had a van.
You wanted to be a weird guy driving around playing Make It or Break It.
Nah, that ain't what it was.
It,
nah, that's not what I wanted to do.
Because you know what's going to happen?
What?
You get to a light, they going to play not like us.
And then next thing you know, you're going to be surrounded.
Or if you pull up in the van playing
the song sounds scary.
If you pull up in the van playing that, then people, what you mean they not like you, man? Mm-hmm. With that Killer Clown van.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Killer Clowns.
Shout out to the Killer Clowns. Remember they used to say the Killer Clowns? Shout out to everybody. T, what up, T? Young vets is in the building.
Hey, peace, T.
Hey,
salute,
remember
brother.
back in the day, especially when you lived out West Trent, remember when they said the Killer Clowns lived in Cowwater Park?
Yeah.
Man, that shit was stupid, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this, though. One day, right, we had a little field day because we went to George Kim right across the street.
Yeah. Closest thing to it was that It Clan.
Right, yeah. So, next thing you know, we looked over.
Right.
And it was a clown walking in the park looking for some type of school. Yeah. Like to go do like a surprise thing. Yeah. Man, all the kids ran to the teachers. I started running back towards the building, bitch. Like, why y'all running over there to them? Yeah. Because you remember the Killer Clowns from outer space, bitch. Yeah. They was punching people's heads and shit.
Knock them smooth off. Yeah.
Right.
A lot going on, man. A lot going on. But like I said, really what it comes down to, y'all, is regardless of any and all things that's going on in this world, the question comes down to whether you're ready or not.
Yeah. And speaking of which, are you ready for some questions?
I am.
Let's get to it. This is another episode of Would You Rather. Would you rather is what we doing, or this or that? We're doing Would You Rathers, I guess. You know what I mean? P didn't tell me nothing. So we're just going to bring it together here and make sure we do this. You know what I mean? And make it happen. Shout out to my brother, Darren Freedom Green. That was for you, brother. Game show voice.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Peace,
you know how it go.
brother. Know that. We're going to do this or that.
All right.
I'm going to ask E a series of questions. Please be looking at it live, or even if you're not looking at it live, leave your responses in the comment section below. Love to see what you got to say as well. Keep it smooth, man. So DJ yourself talking about music, vinyl records or streaming music?
They both have their ups and downs. I mean, they pros and cons.
Okay.
If I'm DJing, I'd rather use vinyl. Because you're saying streaming. You didn't say MP3 files, even though they're a file. And,
right.
I'm being technical because streaming requires...
Just make it present day.
Yeah.
Just make it present day.
Yeah, but it requires you to... If you're streaming music while DJing, because that is something you can do, it requires you to have a strong internet connection.
Okay.
If that internet connection fails, the party's over.
Okay.
If I got my vinyl records, I'm good. Now, the pros is looped by using a laptop, whether I download and have this music in my library, is... I can have a hit record that night. Back in the day, you had to run to a store that sold what you call white labels. You know what I mean? Because that mean they didn't even press the singles up in the company yet. They just happened to give them to the radio stations for the radio to play them, or the mixtape DJs. Like, for example, the Jay-Z. I remember having that on white label. Jay-Z and Michael Jackson. What was it? What's it? H to the Izzo.
Okay.
Like Drake. Yeah, you know what I mean. I had to get that on white label. I paid $10 for that one single just so I could have it for the party that night.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? But now, just go download it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So which one?
I said vinyl from a DJ standpoint. That's what I said first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot, bro. I
just was saying they both had their pros and cons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This or that. You know what I mean? Money or free time?
Free time.
Okay.
Free time.
I agree.
As long as I have enough money to take care of my needs, I'm good. And what I mean by that is, like, I don't have to always have extra. If all my bills is paid and we got food, and if I want to just go out and just enjoy something, and I got the free time to enjoy it, free time is going to trump money all day with me.
Yeah, free time in because what I've noticed more than anything else is that it could be utilized in a lot of different ways.
Right.
Money can be used as money. You know, free time, I can use free time to focus on myself, use free time to focus on, making things better with the family. I could use free time to do a lot more things that can help me grow in other areas of my life besides in the financials. So I totally agree with you as well. Free time.
Right.
Honesty or others' feelings?
Honesty.
Okay.
Okay. The saying is truth will set you free.
Now maybe I need to let me paint a scenario. Right? You in a conversation, it's with your significant other.
Right.
You already can see into the crystal ball of what the future could look like, regardless of whatever's going to go on, what's going down.
Right.
At this stage of your life, is it more about you dealing with honesty or their feelings?
I think when you're dealing with significant others, you always care about their feelings, but they need to know the truth. So it's not always as easy as saying
they need to know the truth, whether they're ready or not.
Right. That's all I'm saying, because the truth will set you free because you give them that decision to be able to make their decision.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah, just to piggyback on that.
But to say, I mean, that's it. But it is certain things in life that I ain't gonna say a person. I'm not talking about with your significant other. Let me make this clear. I'm just talking about general conversations.
It don't matter. Yeah,
I make this clear. Yeah. That some people will just never share because of a person's feelings. It's not that they're lying. They weren't asked.
It's not, and that's why that question when is it once again honesty,
right,
or others' feelings,
right.
It's not a situation where it needs to be dishonest,
right.
But if you're saying something, it's like sometimes people may say, well, why do you sugarcoat things.
Yeah.
Because I want them to be able to receive it, but I know that their feelings may be in the way of them receiving that situation, so I put a little sweetener on it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a way that you're looking at
Splendor.
Yeah. In my case, it's the same thing. Honesty, right? Honesty all day long, regardless of who I'm talking to. You know what I mean? Your feelings is something that you're going to have to deal with. Right. I ain't trying to hurt your feelings, but if I don't give it to you, some people like give it to you. Like, I'm going to give it to me straight type of person. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about it.
Pause.
You know what I mean? Word.
Give it to me straight.
I ain't even going to lie.
Damn.
I ain't even going to lie.
Jesus.
That one right there is on 1,000. But I'm being honest here.
Yeah, you have to be honest.
You know what I mean? Yep. You didn't consider my feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, but you understand what I'm saying? I'm just, especially the older we get. Like me personally, I'm too grown.
Yeah.
For you to have to talk to me like I'm a child.
No. I get what you said.
Now, you know what I mean? I mean, like respectfully, obviously. But when I'm saying like talk to me like a child, well, I wasn't going to say anything. Why? Mm-hmm. You was gonna let it keep going on? And what do you mean you wasn't going to be? What you mean you wasn't going to say anything? That doesn't make sense. You think by because your feelings. Yeah, but I could have used that. That could have. You could have given it to me. Said what you had to say. You ain't gonna give it to me straight no more. That's enough of that.
Ugly bounce.
He feel like playing so bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was being honest right there.
I'm telling y'all about E. But E wake up. It's like I'm going to play.
Yeah. Hey man, why if you can't have fun, why are we living?
Yeah, we living because we supposed to be living.
Yeah, but if you gotta have fun.
We do have fun.
That's why I play.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get another one. Let me get another one here. All right. Train a plane.
Oh, plane. Yeah, plane. Oh yeah.
What if you wanted to see a nice hillside?
P. I took a train ride from Texas. Texas. I was in Oklahoma, drove to Texas.
Right.
To get all the way back to Philly. Right. Shit took me 2.5 days, man. I knew.
Okay.
Plane.
Fair enough.
We went from Texas to Chicago.
Yeah.
From Chicago.
Yeah.
To Philly.
Right.
Got some deep dish pizza while I was in Chicago.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I'm going to go with plain as well.
Yeah.
Got to ask you this one because you're an expert in both areas.
Uh-oh.
Okay? Specialist. Okay? Have a history. World renowned.
DJ.
Would you rather run your own puppet show? or your own magic show? Little puppeteer, little puppy. So would you rather DDT a puppy?
Why would I sit here? Why am I world renowned for a puppet show?
Oh, look at your hand just now.
I was doing this.
You were already talking, and it wasn't even on your hand. So puppet show. I mean, and as far as magic. Merlin?
Yeah, I'll be a magician. I'll be the magician.
Yeah.
So I told you I did an event recently and it had a magician.
No.
I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I get it up. But I did it at a magician. I kept saying to myself, because, bro, I don't be forgetting faces. Right. I'm like, this magician look familiar.
Right.
His regular job, he pumped gas, man. I seen he pump. I said, damn, that's the magician right there, man. Clap it up for him. He got to hustle. He a young boy, so he can get that off.
Get it off.
Yeah, he probably like 21, something
Pumping
like that.
Gas.
Pumping gas, and he a magician.
So what did he do?
I ain't really look at the show. I was sitting in the corner because I was glad I had a break.
Oh, so you didn't check the show out?
I was on the angle, so I'd had to come around to stand. I just stayed and sat,
Which one would you rather be?
Magician. I said it, yeah.
Yeah.
I answered your questions, man. I don't know what's going on.
Make sure. I don't know, man. I don't want no problems, man. You get hostile, man.
You're not getting hostile.
Yeah, no hostile. You know what I mean?
I don't know that song. I mean, I know that it's called The Devil's Alive, but I don't know the words.
Right.
That's $1 Million Baby dude. $1 Million Baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same dude. Tommy something.
Okay. One more?
One more.
Okay. Traditional art or digital art?
Traditional.
Okay.
Yeah, traditional.
Care to elaborate, brother?
Digital art is cool, but I think that digital art can be mimicked easier.
Okay.
Traditional art will it would be more of a person's actual personal touch. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah. You know, especially if we're looking at, because art are a multitude of things, but I'm saying more so like if a person was doing a painting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah.
Hey, cuz, love you too, cuz. Yeah.
I'm gonna say traditional art because of the fact there's history generally attached to it. Mm-hmm. I think the digital art element of it, if I'm looking at it from the perspective as a content creator,
right?
If that digital art element of it, I like it now because I'm operating in the space. I didn't have it. You know what I mean? And I just think that it's two different worlds for a reason. Like you go to a museum or a place where they have things that were painted hundreds of years ago.
Right.
I don't even think that they should even be in the same conversation. I mean, that's just what the question was. So I think that each in its own individual right has a special place. But if I had to pick one, because I think that it stood the time. It stood the test of time.
Right.
It's a traditional art.
Yeah, because I tell everybody, we all run around and we're doing content because we see the money that people make, and we also like to put ourselves stuff out into the world. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Just like shout out to the Jamaican E video that's out right now. You know what I mean? Me dancing. That was just something we wanted to do. You know what I mean? But
you know what it is.
My point is,
you know the effects of.
My point is though,
right?
Traditional art stands the time because the number one selling product when it comes to art or just period, I think what people got to pay attention to are books.
Mm-hmm.
Like people buy ebooks, some people still go like, bro, we still have bookstores.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We'll always have them.
Right, because they're the main product.
Yeah.
Okay, everything when you even, again, I've had this conversation. If you're a Christian, you see a Bible, basic instructions before leaving earth. Apparently, the Bible is 2,024 years old.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, not exactly 2,024 years old, but it's supposed to be, BC old. And but the book is old. It's supposed to be telling stories from 2,000 years ago.
Yep.
Whether you believe it or not, that's what the book. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But these books still, I have paperback books, and I have digital, ebooks.
No question. No question.
That's just how it is.
No question. I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Traditional art.
Yep. Traditional art for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Take us out of there, bro.
That was another episode of This or That, right here brought to you on the Porch Podcast. Me and P would like to thank y'all for tuning in for This or That. And we also would like to thank y'all for tuning in for episode 175.
Whoa, his voice!
Ready or not.
It's amazing.
Let's clap it up for that right there.
I'm going to clap it up for that voice, James.
You know what I mean?
Very impressive.
Yep, episode 175. And if y'all want to catch all the episodes, this episode and every episode on your audio sites, we are on all your favorite podcast and streaming sites like iHeartRadio, Audible, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, Red Circle, or anywhere you listen to your favorite podcast. Pete, tell them where they can see us.
You can catch us each and every week on Monday, right around 8:30 on my brother's page. You can definitely check us out live that night and then the following night at 7 p.m. right on our YouTube channel at The Porch Podcast. Once again, if you have not subscribed already, I don't know what you're waiting for. We're going to keep coming and y'all can keep enjoying it, and I hope so. Right. But hit the subscribe button. Make sure you share it. Tell a friend to tell a friend and let them know what you witnessed tonight with your boys, your favorite brothers from the porch.
Right.
Once again, this has been episode number 175, Ready or Not. And I know that y'all ready, but we ready. And we're going to see y'all next week, Lord's will. Y'all be good and be safe. All right, family.
All right.
Peace. Who on the porch? Let's go.